Welcome back to another unexpectedly random product review. Hello! It's been way too long since we've done one of these, so we're back with hopefully, a really nice product. These are, well, I'll just show you. We've got Hot Pockets Deli Wich. You can thaw or heat, which either way you have to thaw it out. Um, just one makes it hot in the end and one doesn't. So these are kind of neat. They come in boxes of 6. They're a lot smaller than I anticipated. Part of the reason I'm excited to do this review is I've seen ads for these, and I was actually really looking forward to giving them a try. So there's 3 varieties, or at least there were at my store. We've got, if I don't cover the actual flavor, we have a turkey and Colby. We have cheddar and ham. I really should have left autofocus on. And we have cheese melt. So we are trying all of these cold today. Instructions say you can thaw for 2 hours at room temperature and then eat within 4 hours of removing from freezer. They are kept in the freezer. You find them in the freezer section, right above the Hot Pockets. Or at least they were at my store. Um, or you can thaw them with an ice pack, like if you're taking them for a lunch or something. Throw them in with an ice pack, thaw for 4 hours, and eat within 7 hours of removing from the freezer. Mostly because the ice pack will get too warm to keep them at a holding temperature. Then heating them, you can heat them from frozen for 45 to 60 seconds or 10 to 15 if it's thawed. Let it cool for 1 to 2 minutes, as is typical with Hot Pockets, because nobody likes to eat molten sandwich contents. So, for this, like I said, they're all going to be cold. Rather than putting them out at room temperature or with an ice pack, I just pulled them out of the freezer and stuck them in the fridge overnight. So they're well thawed. The description says that it is a either cheese or cheese and meat in a soft roll. Um, to me, this feels very dense. And it is soft, but it feels pretty dense. So, out of all 3 of them, I'm pretty sure the cheese melt is going to be better if it were heated, just on account of it being a cheese melt and not being a cheese still solid. By definition, melted cheese is generally warm. So it looks like we've got a couple of different types of cheese here. Again, autofocus is toast on my camera right now. So we have what looks like maybe a cheddar or an American, and then we have either a white cheddar or possibly a white American, or probably more like a Colby. Nope, Colby is white. So possibly a mozzarella or something. Would be pretty neat. So I'm a little concerned because cheese does not freeze very well typically. From what I've seen, it messes with the texture and stuff, but we will find out. It seems to be fine. The bread isn't too tough. It is soft. It's not like a battle to bite through it. Um, the cheese texture seems fine. It tastes like it's probably an American, possibly a white American and a regular American cheese. Not entirely sure. It probably honestly says on the box, which I don't have with me. Taste wise, it's not bad by any means, and I think I say that a lot. Um, I guess I didn't mention the pricing on them, which is a very important facet of this. At my store, which is just, I mean, it's a kind of a hometown grocery store, they were 8.99, 8 something for the box of 4 sandwiches. which seems really expensive. But even like a two pack box of Hot Pockets there is $5.29. So it's comparable, I guess, to their other prices. I'm sure it's going to be a lot cheaper at places like Walmart or Dillon's, some of those major supermarkets. Um, it feels like there's something missing here. There's not a lot of flavor. There's not. I mean, I think like grilled cheese when I bite into this, and it's just not quite there. There's a good possibility that heating it up would fix that, but it still feels a little bit shy on the seasoning front. Now, these other ones that have meat in them will probably solve that problem. This one is, we're going to do the turkey and Colby next. If I can get it out of the box, or back. This is not a box. There we go. This looks interesting. So, there's the sandwich, I guess. Deli Wich. So, yeah, it's technically a sandwich. Um, unless you really want to get technical and go into the whole how many sides it has thing, and because this has, what is it, four sides, that technically makes it a is it a pie if it has four? I don't know. So go ahead and split this before I get any more convoluted and there's a big infographic on if it's got one side of bread, then it's a open face sandwich or it's a pie. If it has two sides of bread, um, it's a sandwich. If it has three sides of bread, it's a taco. If it has four sides of bread, it's something else. So yeah, that's this technically has four sides, so take that as you wish. So there's our wonderful cross section shot that is not in focus because again, autofocus. That one's a lot better. Mm. The turkey flavor really comes through. There's more salt to it, which I think the cheese one was missing quite a bit of. Um, it balances it out. The one thing I'm very impressed with, especially having been frozen, um, it's not dry. A lot of these type of things, they can end up really, really dry, and then it's like you eat them and you've got to have a drink with them or something, which I do, but we're not sponsored there. Uh, not yet. Uh, but yeah, it's not dry. It's actually really quite good. Hmm. I'm actually impressed with that one, to be totally honest. I don't know what I was expecting, but that one was delightful. And finally, we'll jump over to the cheddar and ham. Now, this will be interesting depending on how sharp the cheddar is. If it's a real sharp cheddar, like a New York or Vermont cheddar, um, that could really give it a nice kind of depth to the flavor. Um, there's your sandwich overview there. And we'll split this in half. Gotta have that product cross section. That's just a like an essential part of the assessment. That one looks pretty good. You can see the ham nice in here on the bottom layer, and then the cheddar. It looks pretty good. That one's really good too. For the same reasons as the turkey. It's got a little different flavor profile. The cheddar isn't very sharp. It's probably just a mild cheddar. It could be really elevated with a sharp cheddar there. But It's got the saltiness from the meat. The ham has got a little different flavor profile than the turkey, so it does allow you to mix it up some. But other than that, honestly, without heating them up, just going off from the taste that I've picked up here, um, I would not buy the cheese one just simply because the flavor is not there. It's too bland. It's too just mellow for me. The other two, I can definitely see me buying them again in the future. In fact, they're kind of handy enough for a quick snack. I might actually keep them stocked in the freezer. The taste, I'm trying to think of what the name of it was. There used to be, and I think it was Lunchables. It was in the Lunchables area in the cooler. They had a wrap or a roll up. It came in it was in a box about this long, rectangular box, and it was a tortilla, and it had cheese, and it had meat. There was like seven different varieties. They were all numbered, so you had different. You could find which one you were looking for. Um, this reminds me really strongly of that. I don't, like I said, I don't remember what it was called. Actually, give me just a second here. Bear with the change in video. Um, Let me see if I can find it. Let's just do some active checking on here. Let's see. Do So it's been so long since we did one of these. How is everybody that watches these doing? Since we got a couple minutes while I try to find this. Say, I don't know. And we may have to give up on the hunt here because I don't want to draw this out. Make you guys okay, hold on. Rev, that was it. Hormel Rev. Okay. Let me bring this in here. I can do this. Look at me doing this on the fly. This. And actually we will just save that as an image. Then we'll add this one. They were called Rev Wraps, REV. They were all numbered. They were by Hormel. I'm impressed that I found that, to be totally honest. And da, 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 this button, and here we go. And with a little bit of magic and a button, that'll work. There we go. This little guy. The Rev Wraps. This is number 13. It's the Bacon Club. Let me see if I can get my face out of the way. There we go. So number 13 is the Bacon Club. And in this case, it had bacon, smoked turkey, ham, and American cheese in a soft white wrap. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. But they were amazing. I've gone through it. I tried all of them. We actually may have done some reviews of them here on the channel, but these taste eerily similar to the Rev Wraps. Um, so that's pretty neat. And you could heat these up. I did heat up a couple of them a few times, and some of them were better warm rather than cold, but a lot of them were actually better just cold, which was great. So that is my final assessment. If it's got meat in it, go for it. If it doesn't, let me go ahead and hide this rev wrap. If it doesn't have meat, you might try and heat it up, but otherwise, the meat ones are good. The cheese, the plain cheese one, I don't intend to buy again. So that's the verdict. I appreciate you guys. That's all I have for today. So until next time, stay random.